Doom Asylum is a wonderfully silly 80s slasher, and it was also the first movie for Kristin Davis, who of course went on to do nothing of note ever again. Doom Asylum is one of those movies you most certainly associate with the VHS era, so it's quite astounding it has a nice Blu-ray release now. It's even got a decent amount of special features on it, interviews, commentary tracks, and something I wish a lot of other movies would do. Particularly, though, any movies that were filmed open matte like this one was. It's got the full HD version of the movie in widescreen and full screen. So since this movie was shot open matte, it particularly benefits from the 4:3 frame option as you get a lot more picture in that mode. And with a movie like Doom Asylum, you don't want to miss a thing. One of the things I like the most about this movie is how much it makes sense. For those of you new here, hi, I'm Phelous. I am quite often sarcastic. One of our main characters for this lovely tale of lost love is Judy LaRue, played by Patty Mullen. Oh, never mind. Our real main-ish type character is Kiki LaRue, also played by Patty Mullen. Patty Mullen was also Frankenhooker. But of course, the most notable person in this cast is horror icon Kristin Davis. This was her first film role, and you'd better believe that there's versions of this movie that shove her on the cover and state starring Sex and the City's Kristin Davis.
You could see in Kristin that she had a real career ahead of her. She did stupid things that we asked her to do. She had the makings of a star.
So many stupid things. A star was born. Anyway, our doomed lovers from the beginning, Judy and Mitch, were driving like morons cause beloved lawyer Mitch just helped Judy clean out her ex-husband.
Whoa, Judy, I love you.
We'll ship that brat of mine off to boarding school.
Yo!
This is, of course, a very important line here, as it explains why Judy has a little clone daughter. Unfortunately, after draining the bank account, Mitch also drains Judy's life with his bad driving. Maybe they should have had their cat drive instead.
Jonesy, look out!
This is a very confusing accident. They really might as well have cut to old stock footage like the Toonces sketches. At first, they both seem like they aren't in the worst shape. Mitch is moving around and Judy's still talking. However, she apparently lost her load-bearing hand. And she unalives.
Doctors, they'll take care of me.
Wow, called that one wrong, Judy.
What do we have today, Moira? Mitch Hansen, palimony attorney.
Seriously? He died too? They're really bad at this hospital.
Car crash.
In all my years working as a coroner, I never thought I'd live to see the day we'd see car crash victims. Anyway, time for the shortcut to a quirky coroner. Have them eating.
Give me the saw, Marvin. Let's get right to it. We'll scoop these brains right out of here.
Also, the tagline for the movie. Cause of death, an autopsy. Oh boy, not again.
Sir, I think that may be a little bit premature. He's not dead, sir. Nonsense.
Yep, they are really bad at this hospital. How many has this guy killed with his autopsies?
It's Judy. Sorry, Mr. Hansen. Judy didn't make it.
We figured she had nothing to live for after losing a hand, so we autopsied her to death.
Tell me what happened to Judy.
Well, that doesn't help him tell you anything.
Please, no.
I'm too incompetent to die at my fake job and acting. We get a dip in quality as the titles come up, as they were clearly done on video. Because somehow they didn't see an HD release of this movie coming back in '87. As the titles appear, we're also hit with some random sound effects, one of which being the witch cry from Left 4 Dead. Now, this is a little confusing. The opening credits say Michael Rogan as the coroner, but that's the guy who plays Mitch. A zombie lawyer is pretty close to a coroner, though, I guess. It's a little awkward when we just had a character that you would assume would just be credited as the coroner. But I guess once Mitch starts hanging out in the abandoned asylum, he kills people with autopsy tools sometimes, so yeah, why not call him the coroner? However, I don't think Mitch was ever properly trained. Then again, I don't think the coroner who worked on him was properly trained either. Those who die by the autopsy, kill by the autopsy, or something. Also, if you're wondering why Mitch is turned into a zombie from a car crash, well, don't worry, we'll get back to that never. 10 years later, and the footage finally goes back to HD.
Oh, shut up, Darnell.
I would never have to deal with this stuff on Sex in the City.
Will you guys be cool? Well, I mean, if you don't mind.
I'm afraid I do mind. There will be no cool here.
Just that this is where my mother died.
I miss her so much. She was so loving.
We'll ship that brat of mine off to boarding school.
We'll be back in a flash. Unless it takes longer, maybe we shouldn't go.
William Hay, who plays Mike, is probably one of the funnier things that's actually intentionally funny, being Mr. Wishy-Washy.
Or should we?
Mike, can't you ever make up your mind?
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, occasionally. Once in a while. Your mother was a wonderful lady.
We'll ship that brat of mine off to boarding school.
What is it?
My mother's?
Let's go!
Come on, guys. She died 10 years ago.
Don't you know we have pressing matters like hanging out by an abandoned building in swimsuits?
It will be all right, Kiki. It will be all right. At least I think it will be all right.
On second thought, we're all gonna die. Well, maybe not you. You already died once.
I'm not your mother, and I never could be, but I can try.
A boyfriend being his girlfriend's new mom. Well, that's just messed up enough to work.
Can I call you Mom?
So, yes, Kiki proceeds to call her boyfriend Mom through the movie. Quite bizarre, but like most things with Mr. Wishy-Washy, it's quite amusing.
Mom,
Yes, Kiki?
give me a kiss.
Or it's just incredibly screwed up, and she's got a major Oedipus complex. Which is probably also some major narcissism, considering her mother looked exactly the same as her. So, the main filming location for the movie was, of course, just a legit abandoned sanitarium, so the actors had to be kind of careful going around in it.
I mean, truly abandoned. You come to the kitchen, the food was still there.
Yeah, and he had concrete slabs where they did autopsies. Still there.
This abandoned building, you did not want to walk around on your own, but there was definitely ghosts in that place.
Anyway, the Mom Gang didn't realize that this was the most popular hangout spot ever, as the band Tina and the Tots are playing for a crowd of no one, which is still one of their better draws. You'll be shocked to know that Ruth Collins, who plays the singer there, Tina, wasn't really a singer. And guess what? That noise she's belting out wasn't even really her. She's being dubbed with that audio bliss. That's some real movie magic for ya. So, kind of interestingly though, this character was originally cast as a guy who was an actual singer.
I was not their first choice. They cast a guy by the name of Dean, and I don't know what made them decide to change their mind, but they recast me.
I hope when Tina was a guy, he was still gonna flash the Mom Gang for no real reason.
There was a big question of would I pop my top or not. If the money wasn't there, I wasn't going to pop my top. No way.
You want to see boobs? I get $100 each.
Truly, the flashing was the most important part of the movie. A rather amusing factoid Ruth Collins brings up in her interview was that she is filming another horror movie at the same time, Cemetery High. But she ended up being stuck out at the sanitarium filming Doom Asylum, which she is actually getting paid for and wasn't on Cemetery High, so they had to just abruptly kill off her character in that one.
I think it was spontaneous combustion or something like that.
It's good we got more time with her on this movie though, so we could hear that super convincing laugh of hers. Apparently, bad laughing is her catchphrase. Ha 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 ha!
That's Tina and the Tots. They play the local sewers. I'll take care of it.
Hey, where's he going?
I don't know. Maybe he's gonna take care of it, like he just said. Why is this place still getting power?
And the old hospital has been getting free electricity for 30 years. Put a stop to that.
Also, how was that cord he just pulled connected to any of their equipment? And why does it blow up when it loses power? 'Cause it's funny, that's why. Shut up, Phelan!
Looks like we got company.
I hate paying for an audience.
That bastard.
The boom mic, I mean. Darnell's pretty cool. Also, I suppose this is the part where the cropping of the widescreen version helps the movie out a little. Darnell, for no reason, immediately falls in love with Rapunzel here. Yeah, that's really her name. They even do a fantasy sequence of the running in a field towards each other bit, which is kind of amusing. Almost as amusing as it clearly raining out during Rapunzel's shots and not in Darnell's.
Can't you read? Do not enter!
Why don't you consider a job as a porcupine?
Ready! Anyway, time to break out the swimsuits, 'cause, it's clearly the best way to protect yourself running around abandoned areas. Of course, I'm just being stupid. Anyone who's anyone suntans in the fields of abandoned sanitariums. I love how this is just obviously an excuse to get more skin in the movie, despite the fact it makes absolutely no sense for them to be wearing these here. Oh man, dead Zeppelin! I hope Led Zeppelin knows they got roasted by the random graffiti in Doom Asylum. Though I think my favorite graffiti is "Fuck yeah?" Question mark? I'm really into this. Maybe. Anyway, the Tina Tots are gonna throw condoms at the mom gang cause plugging their equipment back in is too hard of a move for them to figure out. Meanwhile, Darnell and Rapunzel are... doing this again? You're really pushing it now, movie.
Did you know that Joe and Phil Necro are the winningest brothers tandem ever in history?
But what does that mean to you, Dennis?
Gosh, I don't know.
I never gave any thought why I'm into my hobby, I guess. Mitch pops outside and I guess forgot what Patty looked like, so he pulls out a newspaper clipping so that he can indeed confirm that her daughter is being played by the same actor. Not very good condoms, I guess.
Oh, my cards! Oh, my cards are drenched!
Why would I bring baseball cards here in the first place? And why did the Tina Tots have so many condoms for their empty show anyway? Big night of fucking themselves with unneeded condoms?
My clothes! They're all wet!
If you're all wet, that means...
Anyway, time to go get in a bikini.
I got Darnell's clothes wet. This is my greatest victory. Good thing we didn't get wet. These swimsuits aren't made for water.
Then I'll fix them.
No, let me go. I have nothing to lose. I'm single. I have few hopes, few dreams.
It's a cute line, but why is Darnell thinking Tina and her band are going to kill him? They threw water balloons and flashed us for some reason. Obviously, the next step would be murder.
What do you say?
But Mom, that's incest.
Ha ha ha! What? You would think as her mother, Mike would have brought his own condoms. Darnell gets nice and ready for death by using a bottle of Jack Daniels with water in it as cologne. You know, I've never tried that. Well, this isn't gonna work. It's Crown Royal.
Sweetie, is that you?
I hope you were having the same fantasy sequence, or this might be a little awkward.
Darnell ends up playing into the trope and is the first one killed off by some kind of clamp being lightly placed near his head.
I hate rap music.
Hate music! It's the worst!
And don't call me honey.
Call me Shirley, or call me a boom Mike.
Check. Mate.
I hate to lose.
I also hate to act! Ha ha ha! I joke about her performance in the movie, but Ruth Collins does come off quite amusing in the interview on the special features.
She was so sweet. She was such an innocent little flower on the set compared to all of us, because we were kind of New York downtown trolls.
So now that Mitch has seen that the clone daughter has randomly shown up at this stupid asylum he decided to hang out in, he immediately goes to the basement to watch a movie that was just thrown in to waste time, and boy does it ever!
The movie comes in at 71 minutes, and we're distraught. And we had to stretch it somehow. We own these Todd Slaughters. Why don't we have the killer, whatever his name is, why don't we have him watching old Todd Slaughters in the basement?
Nothing is accomplished here. Nothing is accomplished here. Nothing is accomplished here. Waste of time.
It's embarrassing that one of the reviews said that the movie's a bomb, but it's nice to see Todd Slaughter back on the screen.
Apparently, though, Variety thought this very easy way to pad the runtime was brilliant.
The Variety review was exceptional, and they said we were genius for putting in the black and white old serial Tom Slaughter footage. Personally, when we were putting it in, we thought it was the most ridiculous thing we were ever doing.
I'm gonna go scrawl some revolutionary slogans on the walls downstairs. You mean you gotta take a non-revolutionary leak? Take it here. We'll what?
What was going on with her? Really now?
Well, need to wash up after that dirty time wasting.
Please stop killing me. It's a minor inconvenience.
My groin!
So Mitch acids her face off. Her name was Godiva, by the way. Don't forget to laugh about that.
Do you think the sun's hot enough to dry these cards?
My entire character is baseball nerd. I sure am filler. Why couldn't I have died first instead of Darnell, who was more amusing?
Well, I'm going after Darnell. Or should I?
Oh, Mom, never change. Or should you?
You know, he said I shouldn't, but I'm worried now. That legend about the coroner?
This was a mental hospital so bad they had their own coroner, which is how Mitch really got the nickname or something.
Nobody ever got killed by a legend.
Pretty certain that's not true, Charlotte's Web.
Be careful, Mom.
This mom-mance just keeps getting more and more screwed up.
I'll go.
You do that.
Who in this group does Kristin Davis's character actually like? Why is she friends with them?
I have to use this lantern cause there's no power, except for when there is for important things like my time-wasting movies.
So after several hours of them being there and comparing her directly to his newspaper clipping, Mitch starts to sort of realize that Kiki looks exactly like her mother. Well, her first mom, not her second mom, because then things with Kiki be getting self-cessed or something. Another kind of weird thing about this movie is that it all takes place during the day. I'm sure that was so they wouldn't be running around this abandoned building at night, which of course is good for the crew's safety, but kind of lessens the creepiness. Ah, yes, the classic coroner's tool, the giant drill. I see how Mitch earned his nickname.
It's Wade Boggs!
He's being pulled away on a very obvious string.
What's a Wade Bog? Sounds like some kind of a swamp creature.
But he's going for an inside the park home run!
I just nonsensically say baseball things. Why am I alive still?
Oh wait, never mind. I'm not.
Anyway, Mom continues to walk around doing nothing while Mitch looks at Patty's hand, which is doing pretty well for 10 years of decay. Speaking of 10 years, that's about how long it takes for Mom to finally make it to the roof to have the amazing showdown with Tina.
You want to go at it?
Yeah, you do. Damn!
Truly the clash of the titans here.
Darnell.
Finish him.
My groin!
Well, guess I owe Darnell an apology. He was right about murder being the next step for the Bad Laugh Band.
That would make any difference.
I might have known you'd say that.
I know this is time filler, but what exactly are we supposed to be getting out of movie time with Mitch? The clips don't correlate to anything that's happening, really, and it just makes Mitch really boring and have even less of a presence.
I love you, Darnell.
It's a little late for that!
Hey, Jane, isn't that Mom up there? Yep, that's Mom, all right.
I do love that no shits are given about her mom friend being on the verge of dying.
But I wouldn't worry about it too much. He's probably not gonna fall.
We need that lame-o in the basement watching old movies to have a higher body count after all.
Long live the king! Ha 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 ha!
Great, I think I just got caught in a Groundhog Day loop. Now I'll never finish this stupid movie.
We gotta get up there. She can't keep this bad laughing up much longer.
They seriously just left in the audio of cut being called. Nice touch. Now this is the actual scariest part of the movie. Patty Mullen and Kristin Davis try to avoid getting tetanus. Seriously though, this part is rather dodgy for both of them, and Patty Mullen is walking around this place that is falling apart in heels. Yikes.
Am I actually trying to murder you, or am I just completely insane?
Boy, if you love people sauntering around an old building, Doom Asylum is the movie for you!
Kiki! Is that you?
What exactly was I trying to do?
Is that you, Darnell?
If Darnell's idea of foreplay is attempted murder, you might want to think about seeing someone else.
I just thought we could have a few dates, that's all.
Wow, this is about as stupid as Tyra's cut death scene from Halloween Resurrection.
Freddie, please. Okay, you got me. Eddie! Freddie!
Stop killing me, Freddy! Oh, Freddy, you're so silly!
So that's Rapunzel's rather lame death. Mitch didn't even really try on that one, but one thing is for certain, that is something coroners always do.
You guys stay here. I'll go find Tina and her girlfriends just to prove to you that they're only trying to scare us.
In all those horror movies, whenever the girl leaves by herself, she gets in trouble.
Oh, brother.
The makings of a star.
They're disappearing. Rapunzel, Godiva, one by one. This is beginning
beginning to sound like mass delusion.
No one could ever really go missing in a super safe place like a giant building that's falling apart.
Don't be so hostile, bitch.
The makings of a star.
Okay. Listen, if you're a delusion, get lost.
The makings of a star.
So Kristin Davis decides to have a seat and see where the zombie with the saw is going with this. And for a pretty low budget movie, I will say some of the effects, like making a Kristin Davis head, are pretty well done. Especially when you find out that they were being done in the effects guy's mother's pantry.
I was just starting out, and I was doing effects out of my mother's pantry.
Of course, it's no Troll 3 sheriff's head, but few effects can aspire to be that good.
But only at light jogging speed, cause this building isn't safe.
Man, lighten up on your mom, Kiki. Mitch runs off again to watch movies, cause he always knows what's important, and then is still slowly putting it together that Kiki looks like Judy.
Man, even for a zombie, Mitch is slow.
Kiki and New Style Mom then go up the stairs, cause that's clearly the way out of this place that has a million easy ways to escape it.
Enough with the sauntering!
Mitch captures Mom and Kiki and then does something truly heinous.
He goes back down to the damn basement to waste time with his movies again! I hate you, Mitch! I hate you!
It's so sad them padding the runtime like this, when in this last section of the movie, it's mostly just padding with them slowly walking around in the sunlight!
Well, glad someone finds this funny.
And now, for what we've all been waiting for.
The credits?
Now it's up to the unlikely hero Tina to save the day. But even then, a lot of time must be wasted before she does that.
They had wrapped him, with some stuff, and we thought it was good. We tested it. But later, when we took all the padding off of it, he was severely bruised very badly. I felt so bad.
Now that they made Miss Laffy Pants kind of a badass, they immediately take that away by having her accidentally kill herself with this nonsense compactor machine, which is of course something you'd find in any good sanitarium.
Wow, we found another person turned into a cube, just like a corner does.
Kiki follows a sign to a supposed exit while running past several doors open to the outside.
No one can escape the most escapable place on Earth.
Oh, this was just open the whole time. Oops.
Judy! Come here!
Yes, in the last few minutes of the movie, we'll actually bother having the fact that Mitch was in love with Kiki's mother play into anything.
I killed them all for you!
Did I want that? Maybe.
You kind of keep expecting Mom, too, to come and try and save the day, but he doesn't.
I guess Kiki's mother lover bled out from his toe puncturing? I don't know. Then Kiki nonsensically tries to break back into the asylum and has to pretend that she can't.
My groin! Judy!
Suddenly I'm serious instead of just making bad jokes. I just remembered the plot. My load-bearing eye! I'm immediately dead!
Yay! Not really.
And we saunter to a finish. Kiki slowly walks away, but it was really all about the stupid black and white movie or something.
Wow, really makes you drink.
Drink water out of a Jack Daniels bottle, that is. Doom Asylum is a movie that kind of starts battling itself. There's an amusing movie in there, but man, does it ever start testing your patience with the sauntering and Mitch's movie time crap. I wish they had filled time with, I don't know, deciding to do more with the actual characters? Or maybe they could have done a little more with that whole Mitch and his dead lover's daughter story that they set up and then only really bothered to sort of remember at the very end.
Doom Asylum is a pretty funny movie in parts, sometimes even purposely so, but the battle of the time-wasting scenes towards the end will probably leave you feeling as drained as a body on a zombie lawyer coroner's table. Oh, don't mind me. I didn't write an after credits bit, so I'm just wasting time watching an old black and white movie. I'm lying, of course. I did write these lines that are currently coming out of my mouth. This is planned waste of time. Was it worth it? No.